here, new here, I'm Kaniti, and if you're already watching this channel, welcome back. Today we are going to watch the 12th episode of anime Steins Gate Zero, so let's get to it, let's go. Okay, let's see, Kagari. Hmm. So that's kind of like, oh, cute, like her flashback, or forward back, how to say it, if they're from the future. Oh, that's sweet. So that was one of the happiest moments in Kagari's life. And also we can see she had to go through some treatment. The scenery is so pretty and the lights are so cute. Mother Goose of Mutual Recursion. Recursive Mother Goose. Okay. Oh, we go straight to the opening. Okay, so that was it. Yeah, as I said, it looks like we got a little flashback. Well, it all happened in the future relative to our present. So it's a bit funny that I have to call it flashback. But yeah, for Kagari, it is the events of her past, of her early childhood. So we can note she had to go through some treatment, and we didn't really like see her origins, her biological parents. We only know that Mayuchi has met her somehow thanks to the song. And Kagari knows, of course, that Mayushi is not her biological mom, that Mayushi is adopting her. And it was a very sweet scene where Mayushi said that the papers are in, and she's officially her mother, her official guardian, how they say it, right? Um, and Kagari seemed very happy about it, and you can see how much she loves Mayushi and how strong of a reaction she has, because even after losing all of her memories, when she saw Mayushi, she reacted in a strong way. And when she was unconscious, I think she was saying "mommy," and even though it seems her memories are not back, she still feels it kind of deep in her heart. Okay. Yeah, he is thinking about it. He is choosing a place for a date. That's cute. She's singing the same exact song, and it also can jog Kagari's memory somehow. That's why we were shown that flashback. Mhm. So she remembers. I have to know this song, but where do I know this from? She doesn't remember that. And again, she fell unconscious from the reaction connected to her mom, Mayusha. Okay. Mm-hmm. So that's what we know about her origins. Hmm. So that's why she pointed a gun at her. But still, she looked a bit strange, and maybe I should rewatch that moment. Yeah, but well, in another world line, in Steins Gate, for example, the war doesn't happen. And if Kagari is really just an actual person who was born to biological parents, right? She would just have maybe a happy life with her biological parents, right? Hmm. Yeah, but as it stands now, the most important person in her life was Mayushi. That's why, obviously, she has the strongest reaction to her and everything connected to her. How did they meet? Thanks to the song, though. Really? It's peculiar. What food do they give in hospitals? Usually, I feel underfed. Hmm. I'm watching you. She's also supposed to go on a date with Daro, I think. That would be an interesting. Okay. Hmm. I mean, I'm not surprised. She's always very sweet about with others, but she mentioned like with Kagari, it's like a special feeling. It feels like so maybe her heart feels something, even though like it didn't happen yet. That's interesting. Recruiting warriors, world championship in curry. She meant the food competition. Okay, I thought it was something serious. But it is shown to be very serious though. I would fail pretty quick. I can't eat too much. That is impressive. Free time winner, and she isn't even stuffed yet. Okay. So she's used to eating like a wolf to kind of save it for a longer time of hunger. And she would be like, I learned it from you in the future. Ah, mom. Interesting. Mayusha learned it here from Suzuha, who learned it from the future from her mom and sung it here in the past, and that's when Mayusha learned it. It's just yeah. So that was her going on a date. Yes. Ah, classic. Yeah, she seems very sweet. She already noticed them. Well, now it's kind of not like a date. Mhm. Wait, did they ask her about the song? So she knew it by this point already. One, oh my god, it goes and goes and goes. would like to go to a cooking class though. It's her. It's his mom. What is- This is the funniest episode so far. That's quite. He can't recall it. Okay, that was quite an unexpected string of learning the song, and it all went back to Ocarine. Um, Kagari looks so elegant and get a bit taller. I don't know. She looks very cool. Maybe she felt like, oh, what if I didn't have my memories? Like, how would that feel? In that moment, like remembering the memories that are precious to her. Her eyes have changed. Like at the time where she used the gun, they also became all blank. Looks like music is very important for her mind. Um, that's right. Is this? It's when she was in the present and she still had her memories and was looking for Mayushi? That was pretty sudden. Okay, it seemed like they were a bit away from the cars. It didn't. It looked. Okay, we'll see. It looks like they both should be safe. Did she get her memories back? Or only remembered her mom and not all the circumstances? Like, she would know that she went from the future, uh, and would understand that kind of. Mayusha at the point doesn't realize it. But I think in this moment she's just so relieved that her memories came back, but her mom is here. She doesn't have to search for her. Okay, that's actually super sweet. Because, oh, the ending is a bit different. First of all, I wanted to say, when we first saw Kagari and kind of talked about Kagari, of course, it was obvious that there are some similarities to Kurisu, but the more I look at her and the more we spend time with her, there are actually kind of more differences than similarities. She definitely is her own person. Her looks are a bit different. Yes, the hair is also red. There are some visual similarities, but even so, her whole atmosphere is pretty different. So I'm really curious to see this, to learn about her real origins. I think it's not accidental that she's here part of the plot, right? So there should be something. And I theorized about it a lot, like Amadeus, etc., being used to create an actual person, maybe. And they also mentioned that Mayushi found Kagari after Yuki's death, Suzuha's mom's death. So that's a very interesting point also, I think. If Yuki is indeed somehow connected to this faction that were the attackers in Steins Gate Zero, this might be an additional scene. The Upa. He blushed because of the song. It's like the same setting where Kurisa has kissed him. So I thought maybe he thought that it is the same girl and it happened. Oh, wait, that was the Steins Gate. Okay, forget about what I said. The world lines have combined in my head. Remember, it was even in the film, right? In the Steins Gate film, she had to make the world line of Steins Gate a bit different. So Carissa went back and there on the bus stop, I think it also happened. Yeah, she kissed him. But here in this world line, we have a different thing. That on a bus stop he saw a girl who was singing a song. So we have a kind of perfect loop, I would say, because Ocarine has learned this song from Kagari. But if we go from the present, Ocarina was the origin of Kagari learning this song. So these are the funny time shenanigans that I kind of like. And it's also peculiar because I'm not sure, by the way, like Steins Gate film, how I think I was told that something wasn't really canon. I think it was told to me about the episode 25 of the original Steins Gate. But in the film, in Steins Gate Worldline, Carissa had to make this worldline special. Okay, the talk and the kiss definitely do differ, but I just find it peculiar that in this world line there was also a meeting on the bus stop, but yeah, it was different here, and obviously this is very interesting. He also blushed, but maybe just because, I don't know, a pretty girl is singing a song, because obviously here this part with the kiss did not happen. It happened in another world line, right? But yeah, going back at it again, now we have the answer, like where the song has originated from. No, not really, because Ocarine loaned it from Kagari and started singing it, and then like the chain reaction, everyone has loaned it from someone, but at the same time, didn't this Mayushi has like it's all someone loaning it from another person, right? And there's no origin of someone saying, oh, like I heard this song on the radio, or I actually wrote this song by myself, or etc etc. No, it's like a perfect circle of everyone hearing this song from someone else. So there are no real origins. We kind of found their origins where Ocarina has learned it from and where Kagari has learned it from, but it gave us basically nothing. The only thing that it gave me as a viewer, we saw that Kagari was already in some like medical clothes. It is from the hospital what you wear, because obviously when she went missing, she was in a different clothes. But here she definitely does have her memories in these flashbacks in the present, where she's in this, let's say, kind of like hospital clothes. She has her upa, she looks at the upa, she thinks about her mom, she has her memories. And now, thanks to all these events, and her memories came back to her in her dreams. She saw her mom, she remembered looking for her mom, and then when she opened her eyes, she saw Mayushi. And she thought, oh, mom is here. That's so sweet. Because like, who is more important? Okay, I can really relate to the feeling of kind of wanting, of course, to be with your mom, especially since she was separated from her when she was pretty little, not long after she just met her and got with her as her mom, right? Even though Mayushi's not her biological mom, the feelings of the love for your mother are the same. It's like an adoptive parent who is raising you. You develop these feelings towards them, like towards a parent. And at the same time, of course, your mom can be your biological parent, but your relationship can be very strained and horrible. She might not even be a good person. The circumstances are all different. Just by the feelings here, I really relate to that, because I love my mom very much, and like, who can be more important or precious to you in this circumstance than your mom? I really relate to this feeling, and it seems for Kagari really there's no one more important. But like going back, okay, to the plot. So if my feeling is right and there is something connected to like Yuki and Amadeus and the time machine secrets, we have the war. Why? Because of the time machines, because everyone wanted to be able to use the time machines, so that somehow brought us to the war. Okay, not really sure about the details here, but at the present we have the American faction trying to learn the secrets of the time machine. So we have the faction that Yuki seems to be in, that really wanted to get their hands on the secret of the time machine. They were interested in the laptop. Let's start from the laptop, because it might have some important like thoughts that Kurisu had on that paper, on time machine, stuff like that. So they wanted the laptop. They went for it. But then the laptop was destroyed and they left, because laptop was the only thing they were interested in. But before that, they were after Kagari. Why? So my thought is that maybe if Amadeus as an AI of Kurisu, it kind of has Kurisu's thoughts, feelings, memories, personality. If it could somehow in the future be used to create an actual living being, a person, they would hope that this person would come to the same conclusions and the same theories as Kurisu did, and that's why they created Kagari. And Yuki was involved in this, but when Yuki has died, something has changed, right? Kagari was able to be found by someone else, by Mayushi, because she was no longer bound to this faction. Maybe she managed to get away, but she didn't have any memories also back then. It was said she doesn't remember the faces of her parents, but does she remember what happened when she was little? It was said she's a war orphan, she doesn't know her parents. Okay, maybe there's another line of idea. They left her to live by herself and were just monitoring her. And when Yuki was the one who was, responsible for monitoring, and when she has died, there was no one to monitor her. But then again, it's interesting that Mayushi has said that they met thanks to the song. That's also a very interesting point. So how did it happen? I don't know, maybe Mayushi was singing the song and Kagari has heard it and came out, and that's how they met. That's like the simplest explanation, but it could be more difficult, more complex. I can't really think of any other option right now, but what I wanted to say is now in the present they have realized that Kagari has come from the future, so either they realize that it is their experiment from the future and they want to get their hands on Kagari in hopes that she will be the key for them to discover the recipe of a time machine, or it's just because she came from the future, so she must know about time machine, and if we get our hands on her, she'll gonna tell us all about it, where she got the time machine, and through that we will be able to get some secrets and be able to create a time machine of our own in the USA. As I said, these are all just speculations. It could be that Kagari is just a regular child. She was a war orphan. She didn't remember her parents. Mayushi has found her and started raising her by herself, and now this faction is interested in her just because she came from the future. This seems almost more logical, like more realistic than my crazy idea with Amadeus and somehow using it for creating a living being, especially since, as I said, Kagari does look like Kurisu at first, but then she acts completely different. She's a different person. She has her own personality, and it doesn't seem like she has some scientist potential. Well, it's hard to say, but it doesn't seem like it, that she's kind of interested in anything. So honestly, the more I look at her, the more I feel like the only connection is the red hair. But yeah, I think that's all my thoughts for this episode. I think I've already mentioned before. Now I'm even more suspicious of Yuki with every episode, and I really don't like this idea, because it might mean that she's trying to get close to Daru, not because she genuinely likes him, but because she knows that he's somehow connected to like the time machines and all this stuff in the future. She wants to get something from him. She knows that it would be a useful connection, and that would also mean that Suzuha would be maybe severely disappointed when she learns more the truth about her mother. That would be really sad. But yeah, with all that, please share your thoughts on this episode without spoilers, of course. That would be it for today. Thank you for watching, and see ya!